Well, welcome back. There's been quite a few changes since the last video as well. I've been messing with the tile set a little bit, adding new tiles to it, actually trying to customize it a little bit now, swapping in pieces that I think I might need, because one of the things that I'm running into, in my opinion, is I don't have enough set pieces for all of the maps that I really want to design just yet. I have plenty of walls and floors, but as far as decorations go, a lot of areas just feel kind of empty unless I'm repeating a whole bunch of the texture or a bunch of the items. So I've got new things like chairs, new shiny computers that aren't as dull as the ones in here, new little accessories and things like that. I haven't been doing too much parallax mapping yet, even though I did learn the technique. I haven't designed any additional rooms with it strictly in mind just yet. You'll notice over here I've got a lot of new rooms laying around. Most of them are simply tests, because I still don't have a very good, I guess, grasp on designing areas and making them look organic, I guess, and because I don't want them to be some type of horrible labyrinth maze. I want them to be a little bit organic. And another thing that I have to build my maps around is the idea that there is no random battles. So the player needs room to move around. The enemies on the map will need room to move around. Not all of them will be wandering around pathing. Some of them will be stationary, and then you'll just walk too close to them and they'll attack you that way. But for the most part, they need room to move around, and it kind of makes it difficult for me to get my areas actually set up so that it looks good. You'll notice one of the things I've done in this room. This is the old cryo room from the last video. I added some wires, and I've tweaked the event a little bit more. I did get a good suggestion on how we're going to get out of the cryo room. I'm going to take the suggestion. My original plan was to have the team leave through the front door here and then go out into the main hallway and then go to the safe room through that vent in there. However, what's going to happen is that we're going to pretty much also instantly introduce the player to these vents here. We'll have, after this robot shows up and attacks everyone, the AI on the colony is going to lock down this room in response to a threat, and the team is going to be forced to go through this air vent here. Air vents also will only be able to be opened from this front side, so the first time through the air vents there will be a lot of doorways and paths that are simply inaccessible to the player. They'll try to go through it and it'll say something like it's locked from the other side. We'll have to find that room first. And that way, because what I eventually want this system to be used for is to kind of alleviate some of the running around. After a really long dungeon or area, there'll be a strategically placed air vent at the end of it that will take you back into the tunnel system, and you can quickly get back to the safe room or to whatever other areas I decide to hook them up to. But yeah, I might get around to eventing that out in this video. I actually don't know what we're going to be doing here. There's still tons of things to do, and I don't know how much of it I actually want to do on screen. You can see I've got new cryopods here, and what I was talking about is this is the old cryo room. This is pretty much the old version of it. While I continue to tweak and test my tile set and figure things out, I've decided to most likely, I'll accept feedback from you guys. Your opinion is kind of valid to me here, but this is the main change between this cryo room and the test room here. This is the old cryopods. I kind of like them. This is the new cryopods. They're a lot more detailed. They may not actually blend in with the room as well as these ones do, because the colors on this one fairly dull, muted. You can see that the cryopods are empty, they're dead, they're not glowing, there's no light on them. In the test room, really for the time being, the only difference between the cryopods is a crack up here at the top, and the nameplate on the front is blank. On the ones that are okay, you can see it's got, you know, a little health readout of the patient inside. It's not cracked, and that's the main distinguishing feature between the two. However, I think that I actually like these a little bit better. Again, I'm still not sure. I haven't really decided. They both look good. They would both work. This is what they look like in room 315 here. This is another kind of another cryo room. I'm not happy with this back wall yet. And I may also square out one of these corners. So we'll have this corner here on this one, and the other one will fill in this corner and just have this one chunked away. And just kind of alternate around between that. That way all the cryo rooms don't look exactly the same. I guess maybe on a colony ship, if it was being mass produced, maybe it should look the same, but at the same time I'm just going to add a little bit of variety in the rooms. Some of these cryo rooms might also be sent to other sections of the station, because one of the things I'm thinking about kind of having with the map is like you'll have, say, an engineering section and a civilian section, and both of those sections will have their own cryopods, their own little security team, their own little medical area. There will be a main medical research area on the colony, but for the most part, every little sector will have their own little division, I guess. I'm still not decided on that, but it could be something different to do. That way each area is a little bit self-sufficient, because the colony is supposed to be fairly large. But we'll see how it works out. This room is... Here, let's go ahead and... we'll place the main character here. We'll start here. I want to show you guys this room. This is pretty much how the combat system is going to work. You can see I've got one mob here, and it's just an event. The event is started by touching the player. The first thing it does is it processes a battle, forces it, and then it erases the event. And it'll come back whenever you re-enter the room. So you can leave and re-enter if you want to keep doing combat, things like that. You can also adjust the speed and frequency with which this thing will move around, so it can be either a slow, kind of dull enemy. It can approach the player, it can walk randomly, it can stay in one place, or you can set up your own path for it. I'll probably be using all of these throughout the various creatures in the game. The robots, for the most part, will be somewhat intelligent, so they should pretty much all be approaching the player. There will be ones like maybe the mule bot that runs through the center of the hallways. Maybe you can get into a fight with it and it'll be on a fixed path. It'll just go from the top of the screen to the bottom of the screen, and then it'll disappear for like 30 seconds, and then it'll spawn again, and then it'll come back down through. That's pretty much how that'll work. But this is what it'll look like. Also, I've changed the resolution of the game window, which is kind of nice. It makes it a little bit better than the small window it was. Oh crap. What do I have in here? Oh, that's right. This little thing right here. Okay, yeah, we don't need that yet. This little event that I have set up, this is the map saver script. This is what takes a picture of the room so that I can use parallax mapping on it. I'm just going to cut that and paste it right there. This 4-square map is a test map. And you'll also notice whenever we spawned into this room that it didn't have the parallax overlay. That's because we need to actually enter it from the hallway. And because entering through the door here is what triggers the parallax layer. I might change that later on. Now, I may also have a map script on this map. I don't, but dang it, the player is invisible. I've got transparency turned on. Okay. Now we can check out that event. Because, yeah, it's important. Because this is what all of the combat is going to be like. So you can see it, because it's set to approach, it comes right after us. It may be set up to move a little bit too quick, but it'll keep the player on their toes. And what happens if it catches up to us? Bam, combat starts. That's the spider bots again. Run! Run for your life. So yeah, that's how that'll work. There may be more elegant ways of doing that, more detailed ways of scripting and adding that in, and I'll try to figure a new way out if I can find that it's actually better than that, because that's extremely easy to set up. That event was. But what I want to do now is I want to start working on the air vent / tunnel system that are not sewers, and the safe room, I guess, because the next part of the story after this takes us straight to the safe room, and I want to get the safe room set up, because after the safe room, the map will begin to open up a little bit. I'll know exactly where we're heading, the next step of the mission, and what is actually going to be going on, because I still don't have all of that planned out. I have events planned out throughout the entire story. I just don't know how to connect all of them yet. I don't know what that piece of thread is that will weave them all together. What we need here, though, from actually, yeah, this will be the air duct system for the West Hall. For now, we'll just call it the air ducts. And it needs to have Sci-Fi 1 tile set. Now, this place should be probably fairly large, so we're going to do 60 by 60. It doesn't need a background. Now, the music for this place, let's see. You can see I'm working on the soundtrack here. Someone told me to check out Newgrounds, and I did not know that they had such a huge collection of music that you could use for non-commercial purposes. So I've been going through Newgrounds and painfully listening to hundreds of songs trying to figure out a soundtrack for the game. And let's see, we've got DJ Dildo. That's a perfect name to have in the credits, and he will be there. But for the air ducts, let's see, we have Fat Kid with a jetpack and Forest Base. Let's see, this is one of the songs. Kind of just a spacey, ambient styled. I may not actually use that one for the air ducts. It sounded better whenever I was checking it out, I think, at the time. Okay. Yeah, that'll be used for something. It's just almost too much drone. I want the air ducts to feel a little bit spacey and isolated and uneasy. Without the rainy mood, because there should be no rain in the air ducts. Okay, I think for now that will work. What if we crank the pitch down just a bit? That little whomp right there at the beginning, that is significantly important in my opinion. In fact, that's one of the reasons I like this, because if the player is using the air duct system, the first thing that they're going to hear every time they go into the air ducts is that little whom sound right there that is pulling them into the isolation in here. So there we go. We'll use that song. It doesn't need the loop, even though it could. Maybe it should loop. Okay, I'm gonna have it loop, because we could actually have the air ducts loop from one side of the map to the other to just further signify that it's a confusing maze. I mean, that is kind of punishing the player, but they might explore for a while and not realize that the air ducts are actually looping around on them because they're not reaching an edge. I think that's what I'll do. That is sufficiently evil enough. I approve. Okay. Let's start off with what makes a good floor tile for the air ducts. I really don't think that this is a good floor tile. This might actually be a wall tile too. Well, that's kind of like an air duct, right? I have to see though, is that a floor tile or is that a wall tile? Database. It's a wall tile. In fact, that's actually an animated tile, isn't it? I gotta see. What does this animation look like? You can't move anywhere on it. I'm curious. What is it animated of? It's just animated on the edges. I think that that might be electricity. It could be water. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna keep that music going though. It's kind of peaceful actually. This could maybe be air ducts. No. Because I don't much care for the edge cutoff right there. And I don't think that there's a way to get rid of that. Maybe, no. Well, maybe with shift mapping here. That would work. No, I'm not even gonna bother with that. There's gotta be a better floor than that for me to use. Main question is finding it. We'll have this be the walls, maybe? You can tell I've not got this planned out very well. No. No, that's not a good floor. It could work if we had the right walls for it. It's like, if that would auto tile, that would be a great wall, maybe. It's like some type of computer flooring. I may have to hunt down a new tile here for the tile set. Something specific. Let's see. I don't want to use any of these gratings, anything like that. Could use it up the center of the floor. Have kind of leave these on the edge. That could be kind of the pathing, maybe. I might not have walls viewable in the air ducts either. The air ducts will have its own distinct look, I'm thinking. Here. Put that. No, how about that? There we go. That's kind of what I'm looking for. The air ducts will also be lower. Height-wise. Maybe just one tile high. I'm thinking that this might actually work for me. For now, anyways. There we go. And then that would be one exit, That would be another. We could have another one there and there. They would lead to places. There we go. I'm not sure if I like these tiles, but for now they can stay. And honestly, this might not be large enough. Map-wise. If we do have to enlarge it, it's no big deal. Thankfully, enlarging it is as simple as changing the properties here. So, I want to see this. We'll loop this around here. And that should loop it... Whoops. All the way there. Like that. But let's kind of space this out just a bit. Could also have some secret rooms through here, things like that. This could be kind of fun if done properly. I'm hoping. Okay. I think that'll work. That might be a bit much, but I don't know. There we go. I think that this... Almost done here. I want to add just a few more turn-offs here. A major one right there. Go. And these, yeah, this will work. Now how would this work right there? Didn't actually think of that. Like, this isn't actually descriptive enough to show that the player can go through here. I don't think it is. Maybe what it's missing is... This might be a little bit too much, too. I was kind of wanting to avoid things like this. Let's see, a sign. Keep out, keep out, keep out. See, this sign doesn't really blend that well, but... I think for now I'll leave it. There we go. Keep out. See, I'll have to have some type of sign near these entrances that shows that the player can go through them. 'Cause it just doesn't look right. It's missing something. Okay. I want to try this now. See how it looks. In motion, that is. So yeah, the player will be here. Pretty horrible place. Still need to add the walls there. They'll be able to go through here, but if they haven't unlocked it from the other side, it'll say something like, damn, it's locked. We need to find that room. Keep out. Keep out. Be able to go up through that. Okay. Yeah, I'm willing to take advice on this too. Map design, not really my strong point. None of this is, honestly. See, does that blend together too much? It's looping, the map is. So this is where people could easily get lost. They're like, wait, where am I? Which hallway was that? Was Right one. Why is Plump such a bastard? Why'd he do this to us? Okay. And we'll also have to get a sign that signifies that that room is the safe house. Like, the safe house should have a special entrance. In my opinion, anyways. Let's put that one on. Right there. I kind of like this track. There we go. I'm just going to kind of expand this out for now. This map design, of course, is not final. I know I've said that a million times about everything that I'm doing here, but it is. Because most of this stuff is not that good. And I'm fairly certain that as I learn additional techniques, I'm going to be one of those people that is inclined to keep changing his old stuff. Okay. Let's see. Does that one... Does it loop there? It could fork these hallways a little bit too. I just want to see this. Put an event there. All the way down. No. It will actually be right there. Actually, the middle part will be there. And there we go. I think it should be like that, and that should be lined up with the edge at it. Okay. So for now, this design will have to do. I want to start trying to get the event set up. Could make this where the player comes out of the cryo room at. You'll notice that this... Another reason that the air duct design is going to change is because it has no relation at all to the rest of the map. Because I have no idea where the rest of the rooms are going to be laid out at. Like, there should be a cryo room right next to the one we come out of. So maybe actually this one. There. This one will be where we come out from. Actually, on that... yeah, actually, this will have to work. This will have to work for now. This is even a the thing I'm kind of having reservations about doing this is because this is from east to west. This orientation is whenever the player comes out from it. But the cryo room vent is on the north-facing wall. But that's also because I can't really add a vent on the east or west side. All vents will end up being on the north wall here. There's no way around it, as far as I can tell. So... how would we do this? The simple way, start off adding an event right here. This will be a transfer event. Let's see. Direction will be facing down. The location they'll be teleported to is right there. And I do want a normal fade. Okay. But I don't have to worry about this vent being locked from this side, thankfully, because this will be the very first vent that is opened, and it will be opened by the player from the other side already, so I don't have to worry about setting up any switches or triggers here just yet. So yeah, that's as simple as it gets right there to set up a transfer point. The difficult one now is going to be setting up the event information here. How am I going to do this? I gotta think about this for a second. This is one of the hard things about recording this series for me is normally I don't work for 30 minutes this long. I do things in like 10 to 15 minute intervals and then go do something else. That's not working on this. So, let's see. First thing we'll have to do is get an event right there. be, let's see, and, I think that we'll have to start off with, hang on a second, let me first remove this vent right here. Just gonna get rid of it, because we don't need it. We're gonna be placing it there with an event. So, the first graphic that we need will be the vent itself. Where are you hiding at? Delicious little vent. I didn't chop it out of my tile set, did I? No, there it is. So the first graphic is the locked one. Let's see. There's not going to be any dialogue in this event because the dialogue will already be taken care of. So it should be as simple as... Actually, there will be a little bit of dialogue. Show text. We're going to have... You unlock the vent and access the... Now, I don't know if I actually want the sentence to be this long. I was going to say, I might be able to get it all on one line here. You unlock the vent and access the air ducts. There we go. But what if we had it transparent so that it just appeared like this? I think I'll keep everything in a normal window. Instead of trying to do anything fancy like that and just having the text on the bottom with no bubble, we'll keep a bubble there. Why not? Okay. You unlock the vent and access the air ducts. Now, I'm going to have to add more switches to this. We'll get to that in a minute. Self switch A. No, I don't want any switches on there. What I do want is control self switch A on. As soon as the player uses that, it'll start the second page here, and this second page is only active when self switch A is on. So it gives us the text, the vent is unlocked, self switch A turns on, and it goes onto this page. And what we want to do here is set it to this vent right there, and then this vent can have a transfer player event. Make them face to the right, because that's where they're going to be coming out of in our air ducts here. And place them right there. And there we go. And that should... let's see, what's the difference? Player touch starts when touched, starts when the event is touched. I think that I want event touch for this. I could be wrong. And we're going to set this to through. That way the player can walk through the tile. We'll test out the entire scene here in a minute and just see how this all plays out. Where's Emma at? There she is. Okay. So she tells us to go help Dennis. Oh, that's right. One thing I wanted to do here is, how do we do this? I think I actually need to... let's copy the event page, make a new one there, paste this, and... wait, I don't need that many. Let's delete this one. I gotta just shut my mouth for a second here and think. I hate using another switch for this. Okay. Aha. So I can use this switch for it. Maybe. Monster ambush. Turns on. Then this ready goes off. I'm trying to see if there's any switches I can use that will make it so the player can't access this event until they've already got into combat here. Race event, no. This is the monster ambush one. So cryo room end is turned on. Okay, so actually that's right. Make a new event page. Is there any way for me? Paste that one there. No. What did I do again? Okay, just delete that one. Because this page we're going to empty here. You can't do anything here. Actually, you can. Show text. It's locked. You need a special tool to open it. They'll be getting a special tool right after the fight, so this switch, actually this one is always on. Anytime the player goes to this event and tries to open the vent here, it'll just say it's locked. You need a special tool to open it. After the robot fight, they'll get a special tool, which is when cryo room end comes on. So cryo room end will come on, and then this page will be active. We're going to test this out. I'm done talking here because I think that is I think that is right. Wait a second. One thing. That's action, action, action. That's event touch. Okay. Here we go. You get to see the event in all of its glory too, since I've polished it since the last video. Watch it be completely broken and buggy now. Oh good. Wait a second. Wait 1 second. I actually have to put the player's starting position in this room. This is the only way to make it so that the game fades in with a black screen, is to make a blank room and then have an event that simply teleports the player to where you want them to go. So the screen will fade in, the player is already transparent so he can't be seen, which also reminds me, I need to turn transparent on right there. And now this should work. Let's see, here we go. Yep. Cryo room 314. I'll probably remove that as well. Not every room needs to have a special title pop up and remind you where you are. Dennis, look! Because honestly, I'd also prefer the player to give their own name to the room. There we go. Are we there yet? All of the text. You can read it yourself if you want. I've read through this a dozen times, actually probably about 100 times by now, with as many times as I've tested this event. No, we don't remember anything, just our name. The certified engineer this time. Yeah, some of you loved that whole certified electrician part. I'm probably going to keep that in one form or another. If you're up to it, go help Dennis grab some supplies back there. There we go. And we can move around. We can still leave through the doorway down there, though. So we're not going to just yet. That's another thing that I'll need to tweak in the event. And make it so that that doorway does not work until a certain event has passed. So we can talk to Dennis. Oh, dang it. Actually, I should have checked that vent there. Just see what it said. Okay. Sneaking through the air ducts too? Are you guys really authorized to even be in here? Yeah. So, we get jumped. The AI has located us. That's why they're sneaking through the air ducts. Because the main hallways are not safe. The AI is on the prowl. Oh, you spider bots. Right now, nobody has any special attacks, nobody has any items equipped. This is the most unbalanced combat you've ever seen. Yay! And so then everyone disappears and joins the party. This door down here will be locked. If the player tries to go through it, what I'll add in the event is a message that pops up and says, "Damn, the AI's bolted the door," and we don't have the ability to hack through it. So, what we can do is go here. Oh, good lord. I don't think I can actually... well, see, that's... is because I can't walk through it. And also, I just realized that my recording button is set to the F9 key, which is also a very important key in this game that allows you to check and see which switches are on. So, we're going to have to change something here. What can we change? Will it work if I put that on as through? Set that as a through? I'm just worried that the player is going to walk up onto the wall here. So, I do have an invisible, unpassable tile right here. We'll place it right there. Now the player can't go through there. Hopefully, they'll still be able to go through this, because we're going to try this one more time. I want to see if that little tweak there, clicking the through box, will work without having to do anything more advanced. Because I do have a few ideas on how to get that to work. But if you'll notice, I couldn't use my action button on it because it was in the wall, I guess. Okay, let's just get through this. Thankfully, this cutscene isn't very long. There we go. If you end the dialogue early, Dennis will stop in his tracks. If you end it too early while he's in the middle here, he'll walk up through the wall, I think. And no, I don't think that we can actually use that tile, because it's still not showing up. Okay, I want to know what happens if I try to escape from this round. I can't escape, never mind. Okay. I've disabled escaping from combat for this fight, apparently. It's because this is going to be the tutorial combat. And I don't want the player running away just yet. Because there will be some dialogue in here too, I'm sure. Okay. For testing purposes, I should probably make this battle easier. I should probably make it just be one spider bot. Because I'm going to be going through it a lot. And no, damn it. It's because that wall is there. Well... what to do? What to do about that? I don't actually have... see, this is one of the things where I'm kind of stumped. Because that wall is this piece right here. I don't know how to make it so that the player can pass through it easily. I could turn that on. I do know, you know what, here, this is what I'll do. Where's Gimp at? Come here. I'm gonna edit the tile. Well, there we go. My whole computer is laggy because I'm recording, apparently. No. Let's see. How about your documents? And it will be my tile set that I want to edit. So graphics, tile sets. And which one is it that has... is it this one? Tile A4. It's got to be. Okay, I'm just going to directly edit this. Let's see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that wall piece and make a clone of it that is passable. So I'm going to turn on my grid, because my grid is the exact same size as the tiles, 32 pixels. And all I need are... I'm going to copy those tiles right there. That should be good. Snap it, paste it, new layer it, and is that right? Okay, we got the ceiling, the wall. Yeah, I'm gonna put it over right there. No, okay, because these are auto tiles. Like this little block here determines what happens whenever you put 4 of these together. So actually, maybe I'll just leave that there. That should be fine. And I'm just going to save it. Export it. I'm going to leave the window open, though, because we might still be able to use it. You can see it's already in there because I edited it directly in my games folder. And we'll just make it passable. So let's place that passable tile right there. That should work. And now let's edit this first fight too. Okay, remove you, remove you, remove you, and there we go. So I just want one creature to fight for now. I've got my fingers crossed that this will work. See, this is my problem with this. Because I haven't spent enough time actually setting down and setting up the events and getting everything memorized and down, you know, to second nature, I run into things like this. I can make the event work. It just takes me an insane amount of time to get it to work. Okay, Dennis goes up there. Now we should be able to check this wall here. We can walk up on top of it. It's locked. You need a special tool to open it. So maybe actually I should just move the event down right here. Because it looks like they're examining the wall up there. It's coming together. I'm getting ideas here. Slowly polishing this thing. Damn you, security! Security bot. There we go. And we unlock the vent and access the air ducts. So, there we go. It's coming together, see? Just give me time and I'll get you there. So, one thing that I'll probably do in the air ducts here is set up another event. So that once the player transfers into them, the group will split up. The player will be standing alone. It'll be Emma and Dennis up here, and then they'll start walking and expect the player to follow them. And I'll probably force the player to follow them. I'll completely remove control and just script it out so that they all walk up here. And maybe like up through into this room, and then that'll go to the safety room. But we can go back, right? What? Why does my transfer point... Oh, my transfer point doesn't work because I've got it set up on an action key. So, let's edit that to be an event touch. There we go. And, I think what I need to do here is copy and paste that right there. And, this just seems the wrong way to go about it. Honestly. There's got to be a better way to do this. It's like, what if I set this up to be none? This one is none. And this one is none. But, it seemed like that would work. Because, see, I want the event to be down here, that when the player is standing here and trying to click on that wall. This might be more complicated to set up than I thought. Or I'm just making it extremely complicated because I don't know exactly what I'm doing. Actually, let's see. Because I don't want to make any more switches. Like, I could easily make it so that you stand here and use a switch and it changes the tile right here. But I don't want to. Because I don't want to use any more switches if I don't have to in this event. Transfer player, yeah. Actually, let's see. I'm thinking this through. The action button. Like, what if... I'm going to move that there for now. And... Let's see, can I add a picture somewhere? Scroll map. Set event location. Changes the event's current position. Cannot move the event to a different map. So... no. That probably is not what I'm looking for. Gatherers, erase event. I think I had it right the first time. How about I take that off so that they can't go through it? I'm gonna try this again. Take that off so they can't go through it, and that one they can go through. This should be right. I'm hoping. I'm gonna just move that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna delete that one because that's the one I just made a copy of and I don't really need it. So, I'm gonna try this again. I don't have much faith that it's gonna work. And again, for those of you who know what you're doing, I apologize if I make you pull your hair out or go gray prematurely. I'm doing the best I can do. And you're free to yell advice at me if you know better. Because I am not even claiming to be an expert on this. Okay. There we go. Now, can I check this event at all? No. Because the player can't move through it. See, I just... Well, let me see here. I've got another idea here. It's not a good one. I'll copy and paste that there. And... I'm going to do this again. Wait a second. I had a really good thought on how to script this out here, or on how to get this set up. And then I lost it. It was there for half a second, and then it was gone. Actually, I'm thinking here. Brain is hurting, but I am thinking. Let's see, this one actually does not need to be through. It needs to be a none. Not a none, but a none. And this one needs to be like that too. And then this one switches this on, which will create that event, and it will also move this event to right there. I think that should work. We're going to test this out again. Let me put, for the time being, where is it at? For the time being, we're just going to make this a tile right there. And I'm going to try this event one more time. I'm hoping that this will work without me having to use switches. Because, again, I could easily get this to work if I was using the switches. I would just have that top tile get switched between certain graphics as the player was moving through here. I can't really describe how I would do it, but I know how I would do it in my head. Okay. Now this time we should be able to check it. It's locked. You need a special tool to open it, okay? That's better. You can still see that vent up there. That'll be gone, though, if this works. I'll just delete that event entirely. Emma is still a little bit lifeless over there. I'll add more animation to her. So that she's not just standing there while we are over here talking. And can't walk through it yet. We unlock the vent and access the air ducts. There we go. It actually did not work how I wanted it to, because you can still see that the event is right there. If we step on it, then it moves it. Okay. I have an idea for that then. I've got an idea. Whoops. Oh boy, what did I do there? Control Z in this game in this editor is very dangerous because you can undo things, but you cannot redo them if you accidentally undo them. So you can undo and really screw yourself. I don't think that set event location is actually what I wanted to do. So what I will do is set a move route for this event, and it needs to move up. There we go. And actually, it'll move up and then turn transparency. Actually, it'll move up and then it'll turn transparency off because in this event we're going to turn its transparency on. Because I'm afraid if I don't mess with the transparency here, that the player will see that event, that open vent that he's going to be standing on. He'll actually see it move up onto the wall there. And that will just look a little bit weird. The vent should not be seen. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it matters what order that's in. It's already transparent. I'm just making sure that actually, because it's not guaranteed that the player is going to check that vent. So let's go ahead and turn the transparency on here before it's turned on and switched there. So I'm actually going to just delete that one now because we don't need it anyways. And we got this. This is going to work. I'll probably end the video here soon too, and whenever we come back, I don't know what I'll have done. It could be several days before I record again. I'm not sure. I might mess with the tunnels, the air ducts a little bit more, make them look a little bit better. I'll probably add some parallax mapping to the air ducts, pipes and grills and things like that overhead. If I can find a way to add animated sprites, I'll have rats running around on the rafters and just little details like that. But I'm not sure if I'm that good. It's locked. You need a special tool to open it. Okay. So that's coming together. It's a spider bot! And it's a dead spider bot. There we go. Okay, so we gotta watch the floor here. The important thing is, can we see the vent moving? We unlock the vent. Yes. Because I'm a derp. Set move route this event. Transparency only affects the player, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Makes a character. Makes the character. I'm pretty sure when it says makes the character, it means the player. Okay. So we'll just screw with the opacity here. I did notice that the event did not move, which is not a very good thing. Don't wait for completion, just go. Just do it. I think I should leave that event on for now. I'm still not sure what that means. Change the opacity to 0. This might not work either, though. This event. Okay, that's for this event, That's for the player, which you gotta watch out for. It needs to be for this event. Don't even bother waiting for completion. And okay, gonna try this one more time here and hope for the best. I would really like to resolve this before I do end the video, though. But knowing me, it could be another 20 minutes of screwing around and making the situation worse than it originally was. I can already tell that testing some of my later cutscenes are going to be a real pain in the ass. I'm going to be so sick of this game, honestly. I can already sense it. By the time I'm done being a perfectionist, I'm probably not going to want to play my own game here. Yeah, what are you guys doing sneaking around? Why didn't the medics wake me up? What the hell is going on? I'll give you guys, it's pretty suspicious that the robots are attacking us, though. So, we unlocked the vent. Well, that didn't change the graphic. And there's the... Good Lord. Okay, so that's not the right way to go about this. God dang it. Oh, I think what I need to do is set another switch. Another switch that, let's see. This will transfer the player. Actually, I don't want it to transfer the player just yet, because I'm going to have another self switch here. We're going to turn self switch B on. And I'm going to cut this, make a new page, paste that. Self switch B is turned on. Now it will transfer the player. Let's give it same graphic here. In fact, event touch. I really should probably I don't think that I need to have them move up right there. However, let's have that set above that. Okay. Attempt number 5,634. Go. Almost out of tea, damn it. If this doesn't work, I'll scream. It's locked. You need a special tool to open it. Also, this probably isn't the final font that I'm going to be using. I'm still looking for a better one. I want something that looks a little bit sci-fi, but isn't extremely annoying and hard to read. Oh, come on now. 3 of you couldn't kill that thing? Okay. We unlock the vent and access the air ducts. That works. That works for me. Except that the event comes back. Right there. Why do you do this to me, air duct? What did I ever do to you? Why is it doing that? See, it should be... I just... don't know. So we'll make that invisible. I copy this, put this here. I'm making this more complicated and retarded than it has to be. No. Paste it right there. Okay. I'm hoping that this works. If this doesn't work soon, I will just quit and I'll fix it off screen. Because it's possible that I just need to step back for like 5 minutes and figure it out. And I can't do that while recording. I could go focus on something else, but honestly, I'd rather just step outside for a bit. And then it'll all be better because I'll figure it out. See if we can break Dennis here. Got him. We broke him. I'm going to have to change the switch on that too so that he doesn't quit moving around when Emma talks. Because I have it set up so that as soon as she's done talking, he just holds in place. But I should probably fix that. Okay. Come get some, Spider Bot. There we go. Crush him. And we unlock it. Yeah, see, and the player has to step back, and then he steps forward, and it opens. That's good, but he shouldn't have to... yeah, I'm just gonna have to fix this off screen. But you guys get the general idea. There's still a lot more to set up. I'll figure out exactly how the tunnels are gonna look off screen too. And whenever we come back in the next video, there's no telling what I'll have done. I'll try not to jump too far ahead, but I'm not going to document every single thing that I do. There's going to come a point where there's probably where I actually stop recording and just focus on the game for a good long time. So yeah, who knows what we'll be doing next.